Hey guys, welcome to Burgers Auto Nonsense. Today we're doing our second LS budget swap. I'm gonna try to teach you guys how to do this for less than $1,000, maybe cheaper than that. But this is the LS. These are cheap Amazon adapter plates. 1 bolt back for your clamshell moldings. This is a 302-2 from Amazon, and we're gonna get her stuffed in there and see how it goes. Keep watching. This is the second one. We did a Trans Am before, but our videos got lost in the mix and it wasn't that good. Hopefully this one's going to be a little bit better, a little bit more informative for you. And I'm trying to get her done all on camera. Like I said, it's going to be budget LS swap. We only paid $450 for the truck. So it's going to be really cheap, something you guys can do for most of the stuff at home. Now, this hasn't went in before, but we did do the Trans Am. We had the motor out about 7 times on the Trans Am, and we ran into a bunch of difficulties on that one. And we don't plan on any of that on this one. I'm working by myself, so be patient. Almost got her in there. Anybody can do this by themselves. Just gotta be patient, take your time, check all your clearances, keep watching, make sure you're not hitting nothing. Hitting the windshield washer pump. I'm kind of jammed between the washer pump and the coolant sensor, so we're going to take the coolant sensor back out on this side. This is the end. Okay, maybe not. This is the Amazon coolant sensor adapter for the stock IROC cooling sensor. So maybe with that out, we can sneak it back this way a little bit and get it to clear the wiper motor, hopefully. We cleared the wiper motor a little bit. So we can't go down anymore. Gotta see if we can get this pry back. We can get this pry back. Maybe it'll clear the wiper motor, but there it goes. Really close to the wiper motor. Well, we're just about in. Just gotta go driver's side a little bit. Okay, let me see something. So the metal piece that protects the fuel rail is hitting the wiper motor. But it's just about in. The bolts will probably go in. Bolts right in. Bolts are in. The motor's in. We did hear a little crunching on the wiper motor there. Everything else looks alright. The motor's sitting back against the firewall. The bolts are straight through the mounts. Everything looks great. I'll give you a little look here. There goes the mount bolt straight through. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. There's the bolt straight through the back of the mount. We have the Amazon oil adapter for the oil pressure switch, the stock one. So we can keep our stock gauge. And then it has the stock Camaro had a little high rise and with an elbow on it. And there goes the other side. There's the bolt right there, coming through for the other motor mount. And then it's sitting on a pan, but once we get the trans in, we'll have plenty of clearance. But like I said, it's a little hard to see, but the motor mount, the 3 bolts in the clamshell motor mount, you just set that one bolt hole back. You don't use the first bolt hole, use the one back and bolt it in, and the transmission will mount up to the exact spot. It'll be on the factory drive shaft, and factory transmission cross member mount will line right back up, and everything will be good to go. So we're going to keep videoing and see if we can sneak the trans up in there, jack the engine up, and get the chain for the cherry picker out of the way. We'll keep going, and we'll edit out what we think is you guys don't need to see or whatnot. But as of right now, you see, by myself, put it in. We did have a little crunching on the wiper motor washer pump, but other than that, it's all good. I'm gonna let this down, get this out of the way. Jack that motor up. Get the chain off. Now let it back down. We'll get the transmission in there. This is super simple for the most part. I just had the chain bolted up to the back of the cylinder head. When we did the Trans Am, we wound up using a LS6 intake. Now we got a real good price of $200 for it, because it definitely won't clear the hood on a Trans Am with the rake of the fenders and whatnot. But and this one here looks like it's going to be too high. have to take the intake off, shave it, or get an LS6 or an LS1 intake. See what goes on. I mean, right now it looks like it's sitting way high, and it's about 3 inches higher than the fenders there, and then the intake. This definitely comes off. So I don't know if any of you guys, if you would comment that if this actually, if you shave the front of this, if it'll actually fit or not. But we're gonna go up and see if we can get the trans lined up and the transit. We'll get right back to you once we get the car up in the air. Alright guys, so we're gonna put the trans in. These fittings here for the transmission lines, these are from the original 700 R4. They say they work. This way we don't have to quick release stupid GM fittings. We have regular threaded ones, which we have new lines for. So I'm gonna get that going up. And we stuck the dipstick up in there between the cylinder head, between the valve cover and the intake manifold. Well, hopefully that works out. I don't know. We'll get this up a little bit, see if we can get the trans lines and the dipstick started. And we're going to put some anti-seize on the dowel pins. One dowel pin stuck in the motor, one dowel pin stuck in the transmission. This is the 4L60E out of the 05 Silverado. 2-wheel drive. We'll have to put an F-body tail shaft on it, so you don't have to buy the stupid $400 Blackheart, $459 Hooker Blackheart transmission mount. You could just get, I think it's Spawn or something. When I get to that point, I'll list the part number. There's only $150 for the trans mount. It's not too bad. We'll get some anti-seize. Put it on our pins. Oh, way too much of an angle so far. Unfortunately, most people will be doing this on the floor. I actually have a regular auto repair, so this is my weekend to relax, and instead I'm making video for you guys. Usually I have help, my sons, my buddy, but nobody's here today, so it's just me. So we're gonna get her done. We don't care about a little bit of hard work, a little ambition. We'll get her done. Not a big deal. Transmission deck takes forever. Shifter cable in the way. Another 90 inches to go. Let's see if we can get anything lined up on this side. transmission dipstick, get that kind of where it's going to go. It's not lining up yet. That's the lower line. That's the upper line. Now these were made when the small block was in the car, so the lines are going to need to be bent a little bit, but that's not a big deal because they're the copper ones. So we can bend these things right around real easy. They bend nice. I probably should do the lower one first. Really tighten it up. I'm just going to bend that. I always find it easier to put the trans lines in before the trans is all the way up. I mean, this way you're not killing your friggin' self. Around. Yeah, I got a 13 little wrench. Got a 13 little wrench. Hopefully my fat head's not in the way. Alright. Alright, that one's good and tight. These lines are so sweet. They're so easy to bend and manipulate where you need them. I think that's it, but it's a little snug. Most of this you'll see in real time because I want to see it. I want to show you guys. It don't take long to set the motor and get the transmission up in there. I mean, literally, it's going to be less than an hour. And like I said, it's a little easier. I got a lift, but it's just one of the advantages I have. Well, if you're on your back, it's going to add another hour or two. Get the trans up in there. Alright, so that's done. We got anti-seize on our dowel pins. We can change the angle of this a little bit. Dripped on. What we gotta see is we're going up if we can get the transmission dipstick in the hole. It's really close. There it goes. Transmission dipstick's down in the hole. Feels like something snuggling us up top, but it could be just because it's got to go up and forward some. Always keep checking what's going on both sides. Make sure you're kind of coming up equal. We only got to come up about another inch on this side. Make sure nothing's between the motor and the transmission. We're almost there. Almost there. Alright, so this side's higher. Tilt the trans a little bit. Oh Lord Daddy, one dowel pin's in. There you go, folks. Dowel pins are in. We'll get 2 bolts started. Let's get the nut and bolt bed that came with the car, if I can find out where my guys put it. When I take stuff apart, I try to keep it all in a container so I can find it, so it don't kill me looking for stuff. I hate looking for stuff, and it always seems to happen. There's all the factory hardware from the Silverado. 5 bolts. All 5 bolts here. These are 15mm. That's one. I think this one's a little bit of a bitch. Let me see what that one looks like, because that's going to hit the floor once it's up. So we're going to get a metric bolt for that. We're going to replace that stud that has the end on it. We'll get one on this side. I don't know how much you guys can see, but hopefully you're getting the gist of what's going on here. Now this one for the dipstick, you want to, I'm going to use a regular bolt in that too. Just going to make sure you get the dipstick in there. We'll start it. Shit, this one we gotta use the factory stud because the hole in the dipstick tube's much smaller. Won't fit over a regular bolt. I think once this one's in, it'll clear the firewall. Let's see if we can start getting some of them snugged up at least. once you guys get a couple snugged, just make sure you can turn the torque converter, which I can. Spins real easy. Make sure the pump's not locked up, because if not, you're gonna bust the pump, and then you'll be taking the trains out again. I think my battery going dead. Yep. One light. That one you can't get. See, this one's snugged up. Snugged up. Snugged up. Alright, so we got 4 snugged up. Then I'm not going to bore you with the rest. I'm going to pause you out and we'll do a little bit more here, and then we'll get you back on video after we get the bell housing bolts done, and we'll start doing the torque converter bolts and brand new F-body tail shaft from Amazon. Get right back with you.